Hello. So I'm gonna do a January read for Libras in specific. So, okay. So, yeah. Let me wait for a moment to add a new commentary. Yeah, there's something you're not so Libras, I've got some Libra in my chart too, so I'm trying to siphon energies from the general collective rather than than me personally. Um you don't have a lot of you may not have a lot of headspace for something right now. um there could just be like, and it's nothing personal, it's like literally you've got maybe so many different things going on that you've got a lot going through your mind at all times, and because of that, I'm not sure that you're not really open to, it's almost like you turn your phone off so you could focus on the project at hand. And that's going to be your priority for a moment, is the project at hand. It doesn't mean that you don't love the people or that you don't love the messages that will come through, but it just means you don't have time to sit there and like stare at your phone and wait for them to arrive, right? Okay. So wealth just came out. um a whole bunch of cards just came out, but wealth was the only one that was in the upright. So that's what I'm saying, is that you're focused on some type of wealth or some type of like self project that does not include other people or the outside world. It's about you. I just am hearing processing things so that you can prioritize and reprioritize the things that you didn't necessarily. Yes, okay. So the places where you were not having breakthroughs before, you are now going to have those breakthroughs. Okay, but you have to kind of sit with your emotions. If you're not breaking through on something, if you're not realizing something, if you don't know why you're wanting to block people out, or if you don't know which wealth you're supposed to be moving towards, oftentimes it's you just need to sit with your emotions for a moment, just for a moment. And then once you've done that, you can kind of clearly see the wealth is your emotions, which is maybe a mess. Maybe you've been so busy you've not had time to emotionally tap in with yourself. Okay. And that's an important thing to do, because that's part of cleansing the emotional depths of, whatever waters. You don't want muddied waters. You don't want that. Okay. Because if you have muddied waters, it means that your own star, your own light, your own vivaciousness is not making it to the surface. It's now concealed. And I'm not, like, no offense against anyone who wears concealer. That's not what I'm talking about. I am just saying that this is something that is notorious about Libra. We're not necessarily going to tell you verbally, exactly, precisely, to the T what's going on with us all the time. It's not like we're trying to leave you out. It's just a personal, it's an inner struggle to sometimes demask ourselves. It's like I don't know why I'm hearing Damascus. I don't know how that's relevant to this reading whatsoever. Maybe so. Yeah. Look, it's your shadow self. It's your shadow self that you're able. This is the energy that I was just saying. Being able to go into war. Okay, I'll stick with the makeup concealer. I don't know why it wants to come out, but I was just listening to this song called Diamonds and Teal by Lucky Day. That's kind of if you've never heard that song, you should go listen to it. It's just really interesting. But it is also about finding kind of gems in whatever arena it is that you enter. It's looking down at exactly the right time to see that there's a $20 bill on the ground in front of you, or having the person in line in front of you, compliment your outfit that you were really hoping someone would compliment you on. It's nothing huge, it's nothing big, but it's about taking the moments to recognize those small, tiny, shiny moments that are sprinkled throughout the tapestry of you tapping in with yourself. And if you can take those moments and just kind of excuse yourself from the world for a moment, you'll be really lucky in encountering your own shadow self, which some people don't want to do. I get that. But I'm talking about for spiritual, emotionally, you know, psychologically inquisitive humans who don't need to ask the world around them who they are. They've got a strong understanding of that on their own. This is you recalibrating that. This is playing a game of horseshoe with yourself rather than people playing a game of horseshoe with you or with, your psyche or whatever. Like, this is you taking back that. I almost want to say stat. I don't know whether it's statistics. It's like, when you're at a baseball game, you watch the baseball game, you're not thinking about, maybe some people sit there and think about the stats of each individual player as they go up. That's not necessarily what everyone does. Some people go for the atmosphere, for the weather, for the experience of the smells, the popcorn, the beer, the is socializing with the people who are sitting all around you, going to socialize with the friends that you went with, to actually enjoy the roar of the crowd and doing the wave, all of that. Okay. That's what this is reclamation of something that was truthfully kind of there, but you weren't necessarily enjoying it. It was like watching a baseball on the TV and just kind of zoning out, not really kind of thinking about what you're going to eat for dinner and thinking maybe you should do your nails. And it's a completely different experience than being there. Okay. That's what being with yourself does. It takes us from outside to inside or inside to outside, whichever way your shadow self is needing to see this is like a tuning pitchfork for a moment. Okay. If you're in your shadow self, or if you're not having a breakthrough, if you can attune or kind of fine tune your sensory system by unplugging, not really unplugging, like you don't have to turn off the TV or not watch a movie or whatever, but it's just literally not engaging emotionally. It's unplugging emotionally. That's what Libras are really good at that. You guys are exceptional at being able to kind of discern, right? I'm going to use the angelic messenger cards. That's something that seems like it's going to be really important for you, is to not focus so much on the messages that are actually in your face. Okay, here's blessings and healing coming right up. Okay, you, instead of focusing on the minute little details of life, I know yesterday I was very busy with myself. I'm doing tons of things that I wanted to do and I needed to do to recalibrate, but I also didn't have time to go shopping. I didn't leave the house. You know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those days. This is one of those things that you need to, in terms of getting this healing done, you need to make sure you're honoring the blessing that happened in the first place, because then you don't have to heal. If you know the truth of the honest blessing from the beginning, then you don't have to heal anything up. Everything's already kind of been said, done, and luckily your shadow self has already been handled. It's already been trained to either stand still or take a leap of faith, or one hell of a leap of faith. So, yeah. Okay, so here's tenderness coming right out. This is the message that you're not getting. So this tenderness message, this is number 9. And I do just want to say, like, this tenderness right here is it's the difference between having kindness, like when you're kind to somebody, and when you're a pushover. There's a difference. When you're not a pushover, then, like, we're just going to go number 9. When you're not a pushover, you can be really kind to people. You can be very compassionate. You can be very empathetic and caring. It does not in any way mean that you feel any depth of emotion about the scenario. It just means you know how to express yourself in a tactful, kind, considerate way. The message that you really feel on the inside of yourself, that might be totally different. So when you walk around functioning like this on the outside world, that's fine. It just means you're keeping the wealth of your emotions to yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. People will try to criminalize you for that because they would like to siphon your energy for themselves. So I was saying I'm going to try to siphon the general collective energy. Luckily, you have an opportunity to clear away shadow energies. Let me see what comes out next. Yeah, look. This is what I was trying to say. You can function very well with other people, Libra, but it doesn't mean that you want to be friends. It doesn't mean that let me do this on a professional level, okay? You could work really well with clients or customers or whoever comes into your shop, right? And you're very kind, you're very cordial, you know how to connect, and it's very genuine. You're not faking it, okay? That's really different from faking it. That tenderness actually is in the upright, okay? But it doesn't mean that you want to connect with your customers outside. Like if you saw one of your customers out in public and you're used to being the person who checks them out at the grocery store or sells them a pair of shoes or helps them with therapy or counseling, you don't necessarily want to create a friendship with that person. And it's nothing personal to them. It's a business separation. It's a standard of professionalism that some people instill in their lives and some people don't. Some people are married to their previous secretaries or their previous, coworkers or their previous, like, that's fine. Also, I'm not saying it either way. What I'm saying here, I'm using it as an example for you, Libra. You could just be the type that's not really open to that right now. There's a wealth of emotional things that you need to deal with on the inside of yourself before you can address trying to extend to outside sectors, I guess is what is the word that's coming to mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep the friendship in reverse card at the top. I think this is not about you. This is not about other people. That's what I'm trying to reiterate in the nicest way possible. And I think it's going to take more than one day, which means you're probably going to have to interact with the outside world. Like you can usually get away with staying home for, I don't know, a couple days in a row, but you usually going to have to go out and talk to people or see people or experience them in some way. Here's joy coming out with the wealth. Yeah, it's about restoring you might be an introvert. It's the difference between being an introvert and an extrovert. It's not about the fact that extroverts don't want to be your friend or that they do want to be your friend. They're just a lot of energy outwards. Introverts are a lot of energy inwards. It's the way that people choose to recharge their batteries. Okay, here's potential. Number 8, coming out with water. Yes, drink water. Eat water. Drink water. This is number 8, and water. You need to have the potential to show emotion by refilling your own cup, by reinvigorating yourself, by not having to be at work with yes, the water is free. I don't know if any of you have ever been servers, but one of the funniest and also most annoying and most endearing all at the same time things is when people are like, can I have a cup of water? And then they're like, is it free? And it is, because we bottle water and we bottle air and we cut down trees and bundle them for people to burn, and we sell rocks in a bag for you to put at the bottom of your fish tank if you have one, or in your front yard to cobblestone things. That's the reason people ask that question. So that question is not the wrong question. It's not people being unwilling to pay for the water. It's not people being unwilling to understand that water should be free. It's the fact that it's cordiality. It's the way we function in society. Yes, we all need water to survive. That's a tender, loving care thing to do for somebody. Would you like a glass of water? You're the hostess with the mostest automatically, right? No additional messages needed. But also, If you're not able to, as a host, treat people with kind consideration in times of their need, then that's, you know, this is, I want to say this willingness, this, I see all the purple, and this, she's got purple hair. I see this as a hood. I don't know why I always see this as a hood, not so much her hair. I see it as a hood with a mask. Just see this as taking off the hood, taking off your shoes, take off your jacket and stay for a while. You don't have to be willing to always have a mask on. You don't always have to be willing to, you know, yes, the water is free. Sometimes your emotional depth as a person is going to be limited because you've got more than one activity going on. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to draw some enchanted map oracle cards. Okay. Rock bottom came out in the reverse. I'm going to probably still draw another one because that one just came tumbling out when I opened the box, and I've not shuffled this since my last reading. So hold on. Give me a moment. Okay. There we go. Coming apart, number 46 in the reverse. So this is you holding both parts of yourself together. As I was saying, I do feel like it's both parts of you, which this is being reflected straight down the middle. Okay. This is you not coming apart. This is you keeping it together. This is you actually joyfully kind of potentially saying, I'm not willing to do that. You're actually willingly turning people, places, and things, activities, things that are going to overwhelm you. You're just kind of gracefully bowing out. Bowing out. Okay, I don't know. It's almost like you just want to stay home with you and your dog, or you and your cat, or you and your animals. You're not really like in a social mood, maybe. So good luck to you and whatever that looks like and whatever that means. Gentle gardeners here. Yeah, sometimes you gotta go, like, take yourself to go to the rage room. Go, it's like a huge facility where they'll set up a whole bunch of lamps and, you know, plates and a whole bunch of stuff that's breakable, and you just take a bat and go crazy, or just throw things, and like, it's really fun. Go to the rage room, or maybe go indoor skydiving, or do something like vigorous at the gym, and find some small gyms for yourself throughout the day. So hopefully you can do that. Basically what I'm saying is treat yourself. Treat yourself.